Hi there, welcome to day one of the VA Growth Challenge. I am Roli, your VA coach, and today I am going to be diving deeper into, guiding you of becoming a high income, confident, and in demand virtual assistant. So, today, day one, we are going to be looking at one of the skills that you must have as a virtual assistant. Yes, a non negotiable skill that you must have as a virtual assistant. So, if you have ever been thinking of becoming a virtual assistant or even working remotely, right, one of the skills you must have is communication skill, right? It is non-negotiable. It is a skill that you can't negotiate for anything. So as long as you're thinking of working remotely, you are thinking of becoming a virtual assistant, your communication skill must be top notch, right? Your communication skill must be on check. Okay, now what do I mean? As a virtual assistant, irrespective of the niche you find yourself, whether you are, working as an administrative virtual assistant, whether you're working as whether you're working in customer support, whether you're working in tech as a tech support, or you're working, it doesn't matter. The foundation is your foundation as a virtual assistant is your communication skill. Okay, so it's not a thing that you can negotiate. So it doesn't matter. You don't have to say, oh, I don't really have to I don't need a good communication skill because what I don't speak with customer. I'm not on the customer service niche, or I do not speak with customer on the phone. No. Now, communication, be it written or oral, you have to be perfect in it. You have to be what professional in it. You have to be what concise. You have to be clear in it. Okay, so whether you are writing, whether you're drafting an email, whether you are coordinating a webinar, whether you are speaking, having a meeting with your client, a virtual meeting with your client, you must be able to communicate. Whether you are passing out reports, you're sending weekly or daily reports to your client, your communication skill has to be what professional, clear, and concise, straight to the point. Okay, it has to be straight to the point. You don't have to find yourself in a situation whereby before, when you send your client a document or a report, before they get to know what that report is all about, they probably must have read 10 to like 7 to 5 pages. Why I mean, some client will get bored and just fling the document. Okay, because that's waste of time. You have to be clear. Your communication skill has to be straight to the point. No too much jargons, no too much story. Just go straight to the point. So within minutes, the person, whoever that is reading your document or reading your report, will get what the message is about, right? So today, if you have ever thought of becoming a virtual assistant, this is your foundation. This is your communication skill is your foundation. You need to lay this foundation properly, solidly, in such a way that you are good at it. So how do you become good as how do you become a good communicator as a virtual assistant, right? Number one is you have to be what? Proactive. Yes, for a VA to be a good communicator, for you to become a high valued VA such that your clients can recommend you, you can get referrals, is that you have to be proactive. You don't have to wait for your client. Now, what do I mean? You don't necessarily have to wait for your client to ask you for updates all the time. You don't have to wait for them to remind you of every Monday report, or every Friday report, or a weekly report, or daily report. You have to be proactive before they even say you have sent, you have communicated the message to them, you have sent the report to them. Oh, this is the report for previous week, this is the report for yesterday, this is the report for the last week. So you be proactive. Everybody, I mean, I work as a remote, I work as a virtual assistant to foreign companies, and one of the things they value about me is that I communicate effectively, proactively, before I even submit report, even before the hourly time or all of that. There's a job I'm currently doing, I submit report hourly. So before, like, let's say 10 minutes to, I have submitted. So you have to be proactive. Okay, you don't have to wait for your client to reach out to you before you reach out to them. Okay, now another way you can equally be an effective communicator as a virtual assistant is that you have to write clearly. Your writing has to be clearly, whether you are drafting an email, you are coordinating a meeting, you are sending in a report, whatever thing you are doing, whether you are speaking orally or you are writing, your communication has to be what? Clear, concise, and direct. Meaning you have to go straight to the point. You don't have to write too many things that are not unnecessarily. Just go straight to the point and say what you need to say. Now, number three way of what becoming a high income virtual assistant when it comes to what communication for you, because you must know how. If you don't know how to communicate, how do you want to make money? Answer me. How do you want to make money? So for you to become a high income virtual assistant, you must know how to communicate. Okay, so number three way we are looking of how to become a high income virtual assistant is that you need to listen like a pro. What did I say? You have to be able to listen like a pro. Yes, you have to listen like a pro. I am repeating it again. Now, when I mean listen, right? Just the way you are listening to this video, you're watching this video right now, you're listening to what I'm saying. Now, there are different ways and several ways people listen, right? You can be listening to me right now, but you're not hearing me. Like, you can be hearing me right now, but you're not listening to me, right? Immediately you're done with this video, that is the end. If I call you in the next 5 minutes and say, hey, come and repeat everything I said, you probably would not be able to, because you weren't listening. You were just watching, you weren't listening, right? So, as a virtual assistant, for you to be good at this, for you to be a pro in your game, right, you have to be able to know how to listen. And there are several ways you can listen. Yes, there are several ways. Listening is not just by hearing alone. Okay, now there are several ways you can listen. What are the ways you can listen? Number one, you can be taking notes, you can be jotting down. As your client is talking, you will be jotting down. That's another way of listening, right? So you do not forget, you don't miss out on any point. Number two, you can record, right? So even if it's you're on a call, maybe it's a phone call or it's a virtual meeting, put your phone on record mode. Make sure you are recording so that you have time to play back. After that meeting, you play back what you guys are discussed, or your client, the task your client had assigned to you. That's another way you can what listen. Okay, so listening not just by, because when you're having, for instance, you're having a meeting with your client and you're just like, oh, okay, yes, I understand what you're saying. Yes, okay. Immediately, trust me, if it's an hour long meeting or a 2 hour meeting, you will forget some of the key points. So in order to be a pro and to stay on your game, to stay at the top of the game, you have to know how to listen. And what are the ways of listening? You have to listen by what? Taking down notes, by jotting the key points, and doing what? By recording. I do it a lot. When I'm on a call with my client, my phone is always on a record mode. So immediately they are talking, I put it on a record mode, so I record everything that they are saying. Immediately after that call, I go back and play and be able to write down the key points. And that is why I am always at the top of my game. And that is why they pay me without thinking, because I am always at the top of. I know what they want. I give them what they want. Because I listen to them. Okay. So for you to become a high valued virtual assistant, the one that in high income, you must be able to listen like a pro. Not just listening, you must be able to listen like a pro. Now, another ways of handling communication or of communicating is that you will be able to what? Handle feedback correctly. You will be able to handle feedback the right way, right? Now, what do I mean? Now, as a virtual assistant, yes, you're going to be getting reviews from your client. Definitely, you're going to be getting reviews. You're going to be getting feedback on the work that you did for them, whether it's good or it's bad. Now, how you receive that feedback or how you handle that feedback matters a whole lot, because you need to see it as you're learning. You need to see it as you don't need to see it as a criticism, or somebody is trying to criticize your work, or you didn't, or they are not grateful. No, you need to be able to handle feedback, see it as a correction, as a way of you learning. So when they give you feedback, oh, thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much for giving me this idea. I'm going to work on it. You have to be able to handle feedback correctly, rightly. You don't have to get pissed off that what's wrong with this one because I managed to do this work for you. Well, that is a no, 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 no. You must be able to handle feedback. I have done works that my client will be like, okay, this is good, but I think you should do this. I think it should be in this format, or I think it should be in that format. Oh, that's the format you want it. All right. Even if I don't know that format, immediately I go online and I learn it. Right? I go on. That is how you handle feedback. You must be open to feedback. You must be open to what to handle feedback. Don't let it get to you as as an offense or as a criticism. All right. So that is one of the ways you will be able to what handle feedback. So the next time when you take correction, when you accept correction and work on it, by the time you do any job for that client again, and then they will see that, okay, what they actually said, you actually did went back to improve on it, to work on it, they will appreciate you for that. They will want to work with you because of that single act. Okay. Now, for the last tip you need to know on being an effective communicator as a virtual assistant is knowing when to speak. This one is very important. Yes, knowing when to speak, right? You only speak when you have to, when you are asked to, right? So you do not speak. Let me give a scenario. We're having a meeting, both of us. As you're watching this video, we're having a meeting, and I am your boss. Yes, I am your boss. And we're having a meeting. I'm talking, and then the next thing you interrupt me. You did it once, you did it twice. The third time, that's the end. For me, that's the end of that job for you, right? You have to be able to know how to listen to your clients. Don't just talk, don't just speak, Papa. You have to be able to know the right time to speak. Okay, give them the room to express themselves, to express their business ideas, to express even their frustration. Just let them speak, and you listen in return, and then speak when you have to. So when you are having a virtual meeting, you do not speak when your boss is speaking, or you do not interrupt their speech when they are speaking. Okay? So you must be able to know the right time to speak. Okay? So this is one of the two to becoming a high income virtual assistant. As simple and as easy as it may sound, communication is one of the key. If you do not know how to communicate, please do not even embark on the journey of becoming a virtual assistant, or even work remotely. Don't even embark, because you are going to be communicating a lot. You're going to be communicating either written or orally. You're going to be writing emails. You're going to be handling virtual meetings. You're going to be, even if you don't handle with multiple people, with your client. I have a client that every Monday morning, before we start our day, we have meetings. Every virtual meeting, like online, like this, we are seeing each other face to face. Okay, we plan the week. So if you do not know how to communicate, how do you handle such? And also communication, also your body language too matters when it comes to communication. Yes, how you appear before your client. Do you just appear because you're working remotely? Did you just appear anyhow? You're already communicating the wrong message. You're telling them that you are not an organized person. So your body language, your composure, and all of the communication is wild, right? It's not just about we are talking or we are speaking. No, communication is wild when it comes. It's large, right? There are different sectors when it comes to communication. So your body language equally matters. How you position yourself, when you are speaking and when you are having a call with them, also matters. You are already communicating organization to them. You're already communicating an organized individual to them. Imagine I just appeared anyhow in this video and I want to talk to you about communication. Would you listen? All right, guys. So this is the one for you to become a high income valued virtual assistant. You must be able to know how to communicate effectively, professionally, clearly, and concisely. Okay, so on our next video, we're going to be looking at another must have tools that you need to have as a virtual assistant. So, yes, and I'm going to be sharing out some practical tips. In subsequent video, I'm going to be sharing some practical tips, sharing my screen to show you how to take some important step, or how to manage using some virtual assistant tools. So here are some of the tools you need to help you enhance your communication skill as a virtual assistant, right? So as a virtual assistant, you're going to be communicating a whole lot. Like I mentioned, you're going to be communicating with your clients, with other team members, and even customers, right? Depending on the niche where you find yourself, whether you're in admin services, admin VA, or customer support and all of that. So you're going to be using tools like Google Meet for for scheduling meetings. You're going to be using tools like Gmail for sending out email to customers and even to your client and other team members. You're going to be using tools like if you find yourself in the project management niche, you're going to be using tools like Trello, Asana, Notion, where you're going to be using it to assign, to create, or to schedule your tasks, to manage your tasks effectively. Okay, and equally collaborate with other your clients or other team members in this using these tools. Okay, also you're going to be using tools like Slack. Yes, Slack allows you to collaborate with other team members in your organization so you guys can work effectively and professionally on a particular project or on a given task. Okay, so those are the tools you're going to be using in terms of communication as a virtual assistant to enable you communicate, and you must know how to use all of these tools. So if you don't know how to use these tools yet, you don't even know what they're all about, do not worry, just stay glued to this channel because I'm going to be dropping them back to back for you so that you know what this tool is all about. You know how to use this tool in your journey of becoming a virtual assistant, not just a virtual assistant, high income virtual assistant. Okay, so guys, thank you for watching. Tell me. I would like to hear what's the one area you would like to improve in your communication, right? Is it listening? Is it writing? Is it speaking? Or is it in terms of your confidence? That's your body language, in terms of your confidence. Drop it in the comment section below. I would love to hear it and I'm going to reply to all of your comments. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in day 2 of this challenge. Cheers, guys.